Hey guys, Meow, it's Kat here, and welcome to part 2 out of 3 of the Yandere series. So this is going to be a Katsuki Bakugou and a Tomura Shigaraki story, and this is by elinahelix on Wattpad, so a link will be down in the description below to their page, and I'll hope you enjoy. Your back slammed against the wall. Towering over you was your egotistical classmate, Katsuki Bakugou. You weren't exactly afraid of him, but sometimes he was just too horrifying. Shrinking in the surface behind you, you avoided eye contact, just not wanting to look into those red, angered eyes. How many times do I have to ask you, huh? You're going out with me and that's final. You don't have a choice in it, he yelled in your face, your eardrums ringing from the volume of his voice. Bakugou, why are you so obsessed with me? I don't want to be with... Immediately cut off by his speech, you felt your heart rate pace up. Shut up! I didn't ask for your opinion. Growing irritated yourself, you pushed past the male, pretending to ignore whatever left his mouth, until his hand gripped your wrist, pulling you back with brute force. It made you shriek in agony. He was being way too persistent. Furrowing your eyebrows, you turned towards him, ready to spit out insults. Let me go, Katsuki Bakugou. You can't force me to date you, and I don't want to date a bully like yourself who thinks he's the best of all time, you shouted for a brief period. Katsuki's face expression fell, growing silent. Taking this chance to pull your wrist out of his hold, you rushed out from the area, not caring about what he might do next. The next day, you didn't see your persistent classmate, at least till you reached the end of the day. You did whatever you could to stay away from him, but it didn't properly work out. Having your head down, you swiftly tried to walk away, but he was one step ahead of you. He dragged you to a place you least anticipated, forcing you to sit down on the swings. You stared down at the ground, thinking of ways to literally run out of this. For a minute, it was completely silent. Am I that bad? Listener, what do I lack that you don't want to be with me? He asked for the first time, hearing his rather soft voice. He was always yelling around everyone, including you, so seeing his short temper having fused to stop any corruptions was very surprising. It's not that you lack of something, you just don't take anything into consideration. Being proud of yourself is great, but too much is too bad, you replied, ready to bolt if he tries to do any rage acts. So you hate my personality, huh? You didn't want to admit how true that sounded, but you didn't hate everything about him. It's not like that, you retorted. Then what? You hate me because I bullied that damn nerd? Steadily lowering his calmness, he spoke, his red eyes widening. No, but please be nice to my broccoli. Huh? What kind of nickname is that? Can't you give me one instead of that useless nerd? Unwilling to hide his jealousy, Katsuki said. Oh, come on. Are you that jealous? Mockingly you said, narrowing your eyes at him with a funny smile plastered on your face. Looking away, Katsuki didn't reply, choosing to remain quiet. Well, now that that's sorted out, I better get going. You got up to leave, only to find yourself being held back by someone. What are you doing, Katsuki? Let go! I have to leave! Don't think you're gonna leave so soon, he smirked, making his clutch on you tighter. What? Stop your nonsense! Let go of my hand! Getting paranoid, you tried to struggle. I thought I already told you. I didn't ask for your opinion. Shouting at you, he yanked you back into his chest, holding your waist as he started to drag your now fully struggling body. Hey, let go of me, Katsuki! Using your final chance to speak some sense into his head, you began to scream at the top of your lungs, only to last a second long, before his hand muffled your voice. I said to shut up! You're coming with me! Realizing the reality of the situation, you began to struggle much harder, tried to shout for help even though your mouth was muffled. Frantically moving your legs back and forth, your eyes welled up with tears. Having enough of your useless attempts, Katsuki aggressively dropped you on the ground, knocking the breath out of you. Coughing, you try to scramble away. Mounting on top of you, he held both of your arms in his hand, his other one fishing out something from his pocket. Staring at him with pleading eyes, you tried to yell again, but something soft was placed on your lips. A cloth. Eventually you started to black out, not having time to understand what's happening. His eyes stared at you with a satisfied look on his face. A smirk tugged at his lips. Got you now, listener. You stared down at the ground lifelessly, tied down to a chair. Ropes held your body, not letting you leave this hellhole. Breathing steadily, your eyes drowsy, and your cheeks covered with some bruises, you shaked your head when slumber almost consumed you. Taking your gaze away from the pavement, you looked up wondering what you had done to deserve to be locked up by a completely insane villain who claimed to love you. You didn't understand how his love was, what his definition of love is. All he did was rob you of your freedom, your sanity. Holding back tears, you completely sat alone in the dull illuminated room. You couldn't. You didn't want to risk it. If you cried, you knew you won't be able to stop, especially when he would come around anytime soon. Speak of the devil, the door creaks open and he steps in. His terribly cracked lips smile at you. You've been behaving awfully well these days, darling. Maybe I'll let you leave your room for today. Approaching your figure, he unties you, dragging you out of the room. Making you sit on his lap, his arms held your waist, making sure you were close to him. His breath fanned your neck. You had seized yourself from trembling in utter terror. Would you like anything, darling? He sweetly whispered into your ear, promptly shaking your head. You let out a tiny sound to say no. You weren't thinking of escaping, are you? He whispered in your ear. Before you can even process what he said, you quickly shook your head. After knowing what he would do to you, you were too scared to do anything. You could feel him smiling behind your ear. That low cackle never fails to make you shiver. Where are they? Those brats are taking too much time to come back, Tomura loudly whined to Kurogiri. You didn't bother listening to their plans. You just wanted to pretend you didn't even exist here. After the longest 10 minutes of your life, new faces appeared inside the room. You didn't exactly know them, but their voices were familiar, and one of them made your heart drop. It was Katsuki. Your eyes widened. Hastily inhaling, you didn't dare meet his gaze. The conversations went on without you, your mind torturing you with past memories, your time at UA. You know, listener, everyone's been searching for you, but I guess this lowlife has been keeping you captive, Katsuki suddenly said, his words directly pointing towards you. You sneakily looked up, your heartbeat accelerating. I didn't give you permission to talk to her, brat, Tomura scowled, his hand slowly beginning to itch. And I don't even need your permission, bastard. I know she likes me. Katsuki's neck was abruptly in Tomura's hold, clenching his fingers, except for one, tied around his throat, making Katsuki choke back his words. She doesn't like any of you delusional heroes, so shut your mouth before I turn you to dust. You looked down, losing any courage to tell Tomura to stop. You gulped, tears welling up in your eyes. She likes me, and if you try to say anything else, I'll kill you. Well, I all hope you enjoyed, and if you did, leave a like, comment, and subscribe for my future uploads. And if you have any character you would like me to read about, leave it down below in the comments, and I will definitely look into it. And until next time, I will see you all later.